Hey, this is Tony with Salt Strong, and in this video I wanted to share my thoughts on pre-rigged lures versus non-pre-rigged lures. And there seem to be a few questions about this, whether or not it's worth it to buy a lure that comes pre-rigged with a hook and rattles and things like that, or if you should just buy a pack of soft plastics and be able to rig them up how you'd like. And in my opinion, I prefer to go with the lures that you can rig up yourself and customize them the way you want, because number one, you're going to get more bang for your buck. You typically get a pack of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 soft plastics in one pack that do not come pre-rigged, as opposed to something that comes pre-rigged in either a 1 or a 2 pack, and then you're actually spending more money because you're spending the same price on 1 or 2 lures that you would on a pack of 4 or 5, such as the Z-Man Easy Shrimps. These come either pre-rigged in a 2-pack, or you can buy them not pre-rigged and you get a 4-pack, so you can rig them up however you'd like. Now, the pros and cons of being able to rig up a lure how you like to compared to something that's pre-rigged. Something that's pre-rigged, you're basically stuck fishing it however it's rigged. This is the Chase Baits Flick Prawn. As you can see, it comes pre-rigged on a weedless hook. So if you wanted to put a jig head on here, you could, but you're pretty much wasting your money on the lure when it comes pre-rigged with that weedless hook. So this would be better suited for, shallow applications where you're fishing around structure. But if you were fishing a little bit deeper around docks, you would have to take that hook off that you just purchased that came with that lure and put a jig head on. So you're kind of defeating the purpose there. As opposed to having a lure that is not pre-rigged, you can rig it up however you like. So if you've ever seen my tackle tray here, I'll go ahead and show you. I have more hooks and jig heads and terminal tackle than I do actual lures. I prefer to have lots of packs of soft plastics and lots of terminal tackle. That way, I can rig up my lure based on the depth that I'm fishing, if I'm fishing around structure. Also, the type of presentation or action that I want to get out of a lure will determine how I want to rig it up. Now, not to say that these pre-rigged lures won't catch fish, they will. I used this lure for a long time. This is a Chase Baits Flick Prawn, and it works really well up in the shallows. As you can see, it's a very natural looking shrimp, very realistic. But I've recently switched over to just using our Power Prawn lure, which is a shrimp imitation. Doesn't look as realistic as, the Chase Bait shrimp, but still gets the job done. I'm catching the same amount of fish, if not more, with this lure because I'm able to present it under different conditions because I can rig it up however I want to. So as you can see here, you can rig it up on a weedless hook. This is a Mustad grip pin. Go ahead and show you here. Just go through nose of the bait. And these lures are very strong, by the way. They're made out of that very dense TPE material. So you can use these weighted hooks, swim bait hooks, go through the nose, slide that lure over the weight. It's another nice thing about these lures is they're very resilient, stretchy, so they won't tear. And you can rig it up on these weedless hooks for shallow weedless presentations, like so. And it works out really well. And then if you want to fish a little bit deeper, you're bouncing or jigging this lure around docks, you can use a jig head, which gets that lure down faster because that weight is forward on the lure. And just to show you here, going through the nose, same thing, through the top of the bait this time. Little trick with jig heads to know where that hook point should come out is when the head of the lure gets close to being even with the point of the hook, that's when you should pop that hook out. You'll see it'll be lined up nice and straight here, like so. So very good to use lures that don't come pre-rigged. That way you can rig them up how you like. And also with this lure, you have a rattle cavity in there. So you can actually add a rattle to the lure. And I'll go ahead and show you here. We actually sell these rattles on our shop page. They're called the Battle Rattles. You can get them at fishstrong.com. They are a small rattle that will fit inside the cavity of this bait. So So you can see it's very small. If you need to add extra sound to your lure, this can be a great addition if you're fishing in murky water. So again, being able to customize your lures is going to be way better than buying lures that come pre-rigged. So as you can see, I just added that rattle to there. So again, this is our Power Prawn lure. This is the larger size. It comes in a 2-pack, but they're very durable and they're cheaper than the price of, one pre-rigged chase bait shrimp. This one is about $10 just for one. And the Power Prawn, you can get 2 of them for about $7 to $8, depending on if you're an insider or not. Insiders do get up to 20% off everything on our shop page, so definitely make sure you're taking advantage of that if you are one of our insiders. And then lastly, you can still, rig these pre-rigged lures up however you'd like, but again, you're kind of wasting your money because you bought it with a certain type of hook, and if you have to change out that hook, you're basically, like I said, you're wasting your money there. So I'd be better off getting a pack of soft plastics and being able to rig them up and customize them based on the type of fishing that I'm doing and the presentation and the action that I want to get out of that lure. So if you do need to get your hands on some new lures, we do sell our Power Prawn and also the chase bait shrimp and the easy shrimps, the Slam Shady Z-Man easy shrimps on our shop page at fishstrong.com. You can pick some up there. And again, keep in mind, if you are one of our insider members, you do get up to 20% off everything on the shop page. So be sure to take advantage of that. And then lastly, if you need help catching more fish, finding more fish, and we guarantee that, I highly recommend checking out our Salt Strong Insider Club at saltstrong.com. If you are new to Salt Strong, just know that we're the best online fishing club in America, especially if you're targeting redfish, sea trout, snook, or flounder. There's nothing else like it because we actually guarantee that you'll catch more fish while saving time on the water and money on the tackle you need. We do this through premium education, our exclusive insider fishing community, and huge discounts on the best tackle for saltwater anglers. To learn more, go to saltstrong.com. Otherwise, we hope to see you again soon.